This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
TJ Maxx is getting closer and closer to opening their doors at the Laurel Mall. We'll take a look at some of the progress being made next. Hey everyone, happy new week. I'm Ken Karen. I'm so happy that you are with us. Let's jump to our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The construction continues on a major addition to the Laurel Mall, and today Lisa Sugar and I had the opportunity to see inside the future home of the TJ Maxx store coming soon to the Laurel Mall.
Well, SSPTV News is proud to give you an exclusive sneak peek inside the future home of TJ Maxx in the Laurel Mall. Business Development Manager Rocco Aruzzo, thank you for letting us in when the doors are locked, but we know somebody who has a key.
Yeah, we have the key, and we're glad that you can do the sneak peek. And I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing.
This is really beautiful. I mean, they're putting the finishing touches on before they start moving everything in, right? So how's it look? Correct.
It looks really well. Hopefully they're going to start moving some of their shelving and things in starting next week. And I guess I'll announce that it's going to be in April sometime. We're not giving the date away, but it's going to be in April.
All right, cool. And the front they're going to be unveiling very soon too, because that's done, the front of the store.
Yeah, you'll see as the front is done, they're going to be taking down the scaffolding and everything else, cleaning up the front parking lot, getting it swept, so that's ready to go too. I think within a week and a half, you'll see the trucks of TJ Maxx pulling into the Laurel Mall in their dock area.
Nice. What kind of goods will we see inside the store when it's filled?
TJ Maxx has a variety of everything. They do clothing, they do home goods, they do shoes, they do, you name it. I think it's a variety of everything, Lisa.
Now, are you glad when it opens? Because people will stop asking, when are they opening? Is that the biggest complaint you have right now?
It is the biggest complaint, and I'm going to be glad when it finally opens, not only for the Laurel Mall, but that'd be one question I don't think I'll hear anymore. When's TJ Maxx coming? I can go to church and they're asking me. So we're pretty excited that they're opening, and again, like I said, it's going to be in April.
And this is rather unique because we see, unfortunately, a lot of stores closing in other locations, but you're adding stores here at the Laurel Mall. How unique is this?
It's very unique, and we discussed that before going on camera. Yeah, it is, and I think the Laurel Mall in our area and the support that we're getting from the community is a big help. Our anchor stores and the stores that we have, and now with TJ Maxx coming, that created a lot of excitement. So merchants are actually calling us now and saying, hey, do you have stores? Can we come and see them? So we're going to keep the excitement going as long as we can.
All right, hopefully the ripple effect, when one comes, they all follow. We hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek of TJ Maxx, and we will be back when the shelves are stocked and everything is in place and it's ready to open. Right, Rocco?
You got it, Lisa. We'll be here for the ribbon cutting.
All right, to be continued.
Thanks, Lisa. Hundreds came out yesterday to pay tribute to a retail giant with ties to our area. Many waited in line outside the Santander Arena in Reading to pay their respects to Al Boskov. The beloved businessman and community leader passed away on February 10th at the age of 87. Boskov's has a store at the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township. You probably received the warnings via cell phone, TV, or radio. While most areas suffered from mostly heavy downpours, the National Weather Service did confirm that a tornado did in fact touch down in Pittston Township. The winds reached 120 miles per hour in what they classified as an EF2, or the fourth strongest of 6 categories for a tornado. The winds brought down more than 1,000 trees during an estimated 15-minute period. A second tornado did touch down in York County. No one was injured. A hearing into a proposed asphalt plant for Sugarloaf Township will resume tonight. The Sugarloaf Township Zoning Board will decide whether or not to permit the plant proposed by Glenn O'Habaker of State College. The land is zoned for industrial use. However, Sugarloaf zoning ordinance requires a hearing for any project proposed for industrial zones. Tonight's meeting gets underway at 7:30 p.m. at the Sugarloaf Township Firehouse. The warmer weather is just around the corner, but the viruses associated with winter are still lingering. One such virus is respiratory syncytial virus, more commonly referred to as RSV. Our Lisa Sugar talked with Dr. Richard Orvek via Skype on Friday. Dr. Rick Orvek is a primary care and sports medicine physician practicing at the Coordinated Health Allentown Care on Demand.
Well, RSV is a virus that's pretty common during the winter months locally here in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania. It's usually a problem in the November to April timeframe, and it's a major cause of acute respiratory illness in children and adults.
Okay. So it's not that this is atypical. I mean, we've been experiencing it other years. Is this year any worse than past years?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily worse. Overall, across the country, it's the most common cause of lower respiratory tract infection in children under 1 year of age. In adults, it's usually limited to, a simple upper respiratory infection unless you're elderly or immunocompromised.
Does it start out then as a normal cold and then progresses?
Yes.
And so how
Yeah,
do we know if we're going from a normal cold into RSV?
There's not really one way, and a lot of times people may experience RSV infections and attribute them as a normal cold because a lot of the symptoms are the same. You may have a runny nose, you may have a sore throat, nasal and ocular secretions, and it does spread very quick and it's very contagious. And a lot of times the treatment is just supportive care, just as it is with a normal cold.
Who is the population that is most susceptible, the young and the old?
Yes, it's the most common cause of lower respiratory tract infections, such as bronchiolitis or pneumonia, in children under 1 year of age. And then also patients that are elderly or immunocompromised, this may become a serious problem causing pneumonia and really an illness that would not be self-limited and require further treatment.
Is timing of the essence, like if we catch it earlier on and get to our physician, maybe we're thinking it's just a normal cold and then it gets worse, especially in a small child. When is the time when we should make sure we see a physician?
Again, really, if the child begins to experience symptoms that are more concerning for the family, it's recommended that you seek medical attention. Although the treatment for RSV is largely supportive care. If you become dehydrated, hydration will be of the essence. And if you develop a pneumonia, it may lead to other secondary infections or other secondary problems such as acute respiratory illnesses. And if that starts to develop, that's when you're going to want to seek medical attention.
Are there any tips that you would have for our viewers on how to, stay on the alert or things to do to prevent it?
Yes, if somebody is having a cold, it's best that you try to avoid them, especially if you are very young, very old, or immunocompromised. And really, washing your hands is one of the most important things to prevent spread of the virus.
Meanwhile, Dr. Oravec will tell us whether or not it's too late to get a flu shot. That story a little later this week on SSPTV News. Well, how would you like a shout out on SSPTV News? We know that our dedicated viewers already like or love SSPTV News. We love you too. And to show our love, we want to recognize those who like us on social media. Starting this Wednesday, March 1st, make sure you like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SSPTV News. We will pick one lucky social media pal for a shout out each night on the news. So hit our like button and hopefully we will highlight you on SSPTV News. Because let's be honest, everyone is sick of staring at me and Lisa for 20-some minutes. Speaking of social media, Arjanine Mazurkevich got a huge response last night on Facebook after she posted the following: Oscars 2017, will you be watching? Why or why not? More than 130 people responded. Some called for a boycott of the program in anticipation of political commentary during acceptance speeches. Some responded with the hashtag #NotMyOscars. One woman commented, "No way, it will be a Trump-bashing extravaganza," unquote. Others supported the show with comments like, "Absolutely watching." One comment was, quote, "I don't understand why folks get so caught up in this. They have just as much right to voice their opinion as any American. Nobody has to agree. What the heck," unquote. However, the biggest controversy came at the end of the show when La La Land was given the Oscar for Best Picture, only to learn that Moonlight was the rightful owner of the golden statuette. Still to come, I'll get you caught up with the district basketball playoffs, and I have results from the wrestling championships, district championships. After this break, find out how you can lunch and learn with the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. This is SSP TV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Steph is back with her HIT boot camp at Core Fitness in Hazleton. A new 8-week HIT boot camp with Steph starts March 6th. The boot camp will be held Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. The cost of the program is $165. A 50% deposit is due upon sign up. The remaining fee is due at the first class. Sign up today and bring a friend to join in on the fun. You do not need to be a member of Core Fitness to participate in the boot camp. Call Core Fitness at 570-455-7818 or stop in at 711 West Broad Street in Hazleton.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
After a wild weather weekend, things seem to be calming down this week, but right now we have our eye on Wednesday. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly cloudy. We'll have a low in the mid-30s. Tuesday, showers likely, 60% chance, mainly after 2 p.m. Increasing clouds. We'll have a high of 55 degrees. Tuesday night, 50% chance of showers, cloudy with a low of 49 degrees. Wednesday, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a southwest wind from 13 to 15 miles per hour, high of 64 degrees. We have a hazardous weather outlook Wednesday evening as we could see heavy winds, Wednesday night showers, and possibly a thunderstorm mainly before 1 a.m. Low around 35. Again, it will be breezy. Chance of precipitation is 80%. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of only 38 degrees, breezy again as things cool down. Thursday night, a 30% chance of snow showers, partly cloudy with a low of 23 degrees. Friday is looking partly sunny and cool with a high of 32 degrees, and then Friday night, partly cloudy, low of 16 degrees.
Today we're joined by Leanne Falabelle, the Vice President of Marketing for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, about an interesting event. It's lunch and learning at the same time, so I guess you called it like a lunch and learn, and it's a special program for businesses in the area. So tell us all about it.
It is. It's happening on Tuesday, March 7th, and the American Lung Association is going to come in and just give an overview for businesses of all the services that they provide for employers. They do offer a wide variety of services that are free for employees to take advantage of. They have a great smoking cessation program that businesses can take advantage of and then in turn provide it to their employees. They have a regional tobacco coalition with volunteer opportunities that businesses can get involved in as well. And then they also just like to promote all the adult and youth resources that they have available through the Lung Association. And this program is free. Like you said, it's going to be at our chamber office. It's from 12 till 1, so we are just asking everybody bring your lunch along. We'll provide the beverages and just sit back and relax and just enjoy some really beneficial information that is provided to the business community.
Alrighty, and so they can register online or call you?
Yes, you can simply go to our website, hazletonchamber.org, go to the event date, March 7th, it's going to be taking place next week, and register right online, or you can call our office, 570-455-1509.
All right, a great free program for local businesses. Just grab your lunch, come on down, and get some great information at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce.
Let's continue our Chamber Monday with a testimonial from Comfort Keepers in Hazleton.
I'm Marlon Duncan. I'm the owner of Comfort Keepers in Hazleton. Currently, we have, in 2003, we started our Comfort Keepers business, and at that time we became a member of the Chamber. In our business, it's very, very important for us to be an integral part of the community. And the people who are involved with the Chamber are in a situation where they really do care about your business, and they care about helping you to succeed. And on many, many occasions I could call the Chamber and ask them for help. When I had my first grand opening of my first office, the Chamber was there for us, had that opening. Each business, depending upon what you're trying to accomplish, you will find within the Chamber a tool that's going to help you to grow your business.
That concludes Chamber Monday, but not SSPTV News. Now your midday winning lottery numbers: pick 2, 9, 1, pick 3, 3, 5, 2, pick 4, 5, 8, 9, 2, and pick 5, 1, 5, 7, 0, 9. Hazleton area wrestlers brought home more gold this weekend. We'll talk more about it in sports after this break.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
It was another weekend of milestones and medals for the Hazleton area Cougar wrestling team at the District 2 AAA team the individual championships this weekend, even though they won the team championship there. Let's start with the milestones as Jake Maurer won his 100th career bout on the first day of the tournament. He's the 5th member of the class of 2017 with 100 wins. He went on to win silver at 106 pounds and qualified for the regional tournament next weekend. He was one of 7 Cougars to go to the semifinals. 4 of them went on to win gold as the Cougars scored the most team points to win the District 2 title. Every time Jimmy Hoffman wins, it's a milestone. He's the school's all-time leader in wins. Congratulations to him, Anthony Martasio, Shane Noonan, and Carson Kinney on winning District 2 gold. 7 Cougars will move on to regionals. North Schuylkill's Brady McAtavish won District 11 AA gold. His teammate Mason Madden Edwards grabbed silver, losing to Tamaqua's Tanner McHugh in the 132-pound final, and Monoy area's Matt Lewandowski struck gold at 170 pounds. Last weekend, the Mohegan Sun Arena featured Monster Jam. More on that tomorrow. This weekend, it may feature some Jeff Jams. Wyoming Valley Conference Player of the Year, Jeff Planutis, and the rest of the Hazleton area Cougars will play Williamsport in the District 2/4 6A championship game. Josh Samick had 18 points in the Big HA semifinal win over Scranton. Demir Faison went on a late 10-0 run to help the Cougars put the game away. Tip-off for the championship is 8 p.m. on Saturday night at the arena. The Hazleton area girls are making a return trip to the arena to defend their District 2/4 title on Friday. They will face top-seeded Scranton after beating Delaware Valley behind Kendra Files 20 points. Mono area's Mike Joseph needed 21 points to break 1,000 in his career, and the senior got 24 against Williams Valley. His team will now meet number 1 seeded Shenandoah Valley in the District 11 AA semifinals. The game is Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. at Martz Hall. At 6 p.m. at the Mecca of high school basketball, Marion will play Moravian Academy in the other semifinal. Marion beat Shenandoah Valley in the girls' AA playoffs last week, and they square off with number 1 seed Minersville Monday night at 8 p.m. at Martz Hall. The other semifinal game is at 6:30 p.m. and it features Monoy area and Moravian Academy. North Schuylkill lost in the District 11 AAA playoffs. Avery Jordan scored 24 for the Lady Spartans. Tamaqua fell in the District 11 Quad A playoffs. Allentown Central Catholic's coach says the Lady Raiders are going to be unbelievable in a few years. In the boys' Quad A District 11 quarterfinals, Saucon Valley topped Tamaqua. The Freeland Junior High girls and boys basketball teams went a combined 38-0 this season, and both of them won Anthracite League championships. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins snapped a 4-game losing streak with a win over Lehigh Valley in overtime on Saturday. SSPTV Sports is ready to go into overtime with Ron Marchetti and Trivia Treats.
The final Monday in February, the next to last day of the month. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. 40 years ago, last night in 1977, Pistol Pete Maravich scored 68 points for the New Orleans Jazz during a 124-107 triumph over the New York Knicks at the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans. At that time, only Elgin Baylor and Wilt Chamberlain had scored at least 68 points in an NBA game. That happened 40 years ago in 1977. This following story happened on the same day 30 years earlier in 1947. 3 are dead and at least 200 injured when the new bleacher section at Purdue Fieldhouse in West Lafayette, Indiana collapsed during a basketball game against Wisconsin. The wooden bleachers were filled to capacity with 3,400 fans when the structure crashed to the dirt floor just as the first half ended with the Boilermakers leading 34-33. The bleachers were added the year before to increase the capacity of the arena to 11,000, but rusty metal connections snapped under the weight of the crowd. The rest of the game was called off and was completed on March 8th at the Evanston High School gym in Evanston, Illinois, with the Badgers winning 70-60. The victory gave Wisconsin the conference championship. Switching to football, another trivia question and answer for you. What is the largest margin of defeat by an NFL team in a regular season game? Don't even think about it, because no one, and I mean no one, is going to know that. So I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the answer right now. The Cincinnati Reds hold the dubious distinction of a 64-0 annihilation at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles at Temple Stadium in Philadelphia on November 6, 1934. The Eagles scored 10 touchdowns but missed 6 extra points. During their other 10 games during the season, the Eagles were 3-7-0 and scored only 63 points. The morning of the game, the Reds found out that the team was being disbanded following the game with the Eagles, and that with the 3 remaining games on the schedule would be played by a semi-pro team from St. Louis. The news certainly contributed to the humiliating defeat, although the Reds played horribly all season. Cincinnati lost all games in 1934 by a combined score of 243-10. So it was no secret they did stink. However, it was not the most one-sided game in league history. The Chicago Bears defeated the Washington Redskins 73-0 at Griffith Stadium in Washington in the 1940 NFL Championship game. Mother of God. Now, I wonder how many fans were still there to watch the final play of that game. If there were any, they had to be very good sports. I hope you are too. Till Friday, stay loose.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Laurel Mall will once again be hosting the annual Spring Community Carnival. This event is open to all nonprofit groups in the Hazleton area as well as surrounding areas. This is a wonderful opportunity for groups and organizations to raise funds in a mall-wide bazaar setting. The only minimal fee involved is for the table rental. Groups may sell various types of items, including homemade foods and baked goods, raffle tickets, games of chance, crafts, and items with your organization's logo. For info on the event or to register, please contact Rocco Aruzo, 570-454-2100. And one more quick announcement, the MPB Community Players will be presenting the musical Godspell June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and are announcing that auditions will be held Monday, March 6th and Tuesday, March 7th at 7 p.m. The auditions will be held at Most Precious Blood Church Hall in Hazleton. Performers of all ages are invited to attend. For info, just call 570-401-6679. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Rose E. Biebelbiber of Oneida. Masses Tuesday at 10 a.m. in the parish of St. Cyril Methodius at the Church of St. Joseph's. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Peter Folds of Egypt, Pennsylvania. Memorial service will be planned for a later date. Arrangements are by the Bachman, Kulik, and Rhinesmith Funeral Home. Paul F. Andrewsy. Mass is Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the Holy Name of Jesus Parish at Transfiguration Church. Friends may call Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Rudolph P. Hoda of Drums. Arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. And Francisco Nunez of Hazleton. Burial is Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the St. Gabriel Cemetery. Friends may call Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home.
Dino Alberto returns to SSP TV News. We'll talk about the Daytona 500 and more tomorrow. See you then. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.